I did everything right. A walk every morning, 30 minutes, same route, same pace, and I still came home feeling like I'd been dragging something heavy behind me, legs aching, that dull weight from the knee down. I told myself it was normal, that this was just what 53 feels like. But a quiet part of me kept asking, why does my body feel like it's working harder than it should just to stay upright? I wasn't doing anything extreme, just living. Standing up from a chair, walking to the mailbox, and yet that heaviness, that wobble when I reach for something high, that moment of hesitation before I take a step, I started wondering if I'd already passed some invisible line. I hadn't, but I had been missing something. Something that no one had ever told me about. Something hiding inside my own legs. I came across a term I'd never heard before. The second heart. Not a metaphor, not a supplement, a muscle deep inside the lower leg. Scientists and cardiologists had been studying it, and what they found changed the way I thought about my body entirely. I needed to understand it, so I found someone who could explain it properly. Someone who'd spent her career studying exactly this. Dr. Linda Hartman, cardiologist, 25 years helping adults over 50 move and live better. The conversation we had, I wish I'd had it 10 years ago. Dr. Hartman, I need to start here. The second heart, what is it? And why have I never heard of it?
Most people haven't, Mike, and that's a real gap in how we talk about aging. Inside your lower leg, there's a muscle called the soleus. It sits beneath the gastrocnemius, the calf muscle you can see. The soleus is deeper, quieter, but far more important for daily life. Every time it contracts, it pumps blood back up from your legs toward your heart against gravity. That's why we call it the second heart.
So it's literally doing heart work.
Exactly. And here's the problem. After 50, circulation naturally slows. The soleus weakens through inactivity. When that pump goes quiet, blood pools in the legs, swelling builds, energy drains, stability fades, and walking alone, even regular walking, only gives this muscle a light nudge. It's not enough to fully reactivate it.
Which is why I was walking every day and still feeling heavy.
So the first movement is simple, done seated, right from your chair. Sit tall, feet flat on the floor, knees at a 90-degree angle. Place your palms gently on your knees for light resistance. Keep the balls of your feet pressed to the floor. Then slowly lift both heels as high as you comfortably can. Feel that squeeze in the back of the lower leg. Hold for 1 to 2 seconds at the top. Then lower with control. Don't drop them. Slow is the whole point. 10 to 15 repetitions, once or twice a day.
I did this the morning after our first conversation, just sitting at the kitchen table, coffee still brewing, and I felt something I wasn't expecting, a kind of warmth moving up from my ankles. Not soreness, not strain, like something turning back on.
That's circulation responding. You're sending a signal to your nervous system. This muscle matters. Wake up, support me. People often notice reduced leg heaviness within days, less ankle swelling, a new sense of connection to the ground when they walk. But here's what most don't realize. This isn't just about the legs. It's the beginning of rebuilding the entire stability system. This is where it starts, Mike, right here, in a chair, 2 minutes. That quiet beginning is more powerful than people think.
After about a week of the seated raise, something changed when I stood up. I can't fully explain it. That usual hesitation, that half second where I wasn't sure if my legs were ready, it was smaller, like something underneath me had woken up.
That's exactly the sequence. You've reactivated the pump. Now we teach it to work in the real world, standing, weight-bearing against gravity. This is where strength meets control. Stand facing a sturdy surface. Kitchen counter, heavy chair. Place both hands lightly on the surface. not leaning, just supported, feet hip-width apart, toes pointing forward. Shift your weight slightly toward the balls of your feet, then slowly lift both heels as high as you comfortably can. Pause at the top. Feel your calves supporting your full body weight, then lower slowly, like you're placing something fragile on a shelf. 10 to 15 repetitions.
What's different about this compared to the seated version?
Two things happen simultaneously here. First, you're activating both the soleus and the gastrocnemius together, the full engine of the lower leg. But second, and this is the part most people miss, it's deeply neurological. Each rise and descent trains the nerves around your ankles, knees, and hips to sense your body's position in space. We call that proprioception. The better your body senses itself, the more automatic your balance becomes. Unlike walking, which uses these muscles only partially, this movement takes them through their full range. It builds resilient strength. It pumps stagnant blood from your feet. It trains your ankles to bear weight with precision, not guesswork, grace.
The first time I did this standing version, I reached for that counter more than I expected. Not because it hurt, because I realized how much I'd been relying on momentum, on habit, and not really thinking about how I was standing. This made me think.
That awareness is the point. Most people over 60 have never been taught to stand intentionally. Do this once in the morning to wake the legs up, and once in the evening to drain any swelling and reset your balance. 2 minutes twice a day. You're not just building stronger calves, you're teaching your body to trust itself again.
By week 2, the standing raise felt manageable. I wasn't reaching for the counter as much. So when Dr. Hartman introduced the third movement, I thought I was ready. I was humbled.
This final movement is where everything changes. Not because it's intense, because it's precise. We've been waking up the soleus. Now we isolate it completely, and in doing that, we unlock the deepest layer of your stability system. Stand behind a sturdy chair or countertop. Hold lightly for balance. Shift your weight onto your right leg. Lift your left foot just an inch off the floor behind you. Now, here's the key. Slightly bend your right knee. Not a squat, just a soft, athletic bend. From that position, slowly lift your right heel as high as you comfortably can. Pause at the top. Feel the activation deep in the lower leg, closer to the ankle than before. Lower slowly with full control. 8 to 12 repetitions on one side, then switch.
Why does bending the knee change everything?
When your knee is straight, your body naturally defaults to the gastrocnemius, the outer, more superficial calf muscle. But when you bend the knee, you take that muscle largely out of the equation, and you force the soleus to carry the full load. The soleus is built differently from most muscles. It's packed with slow twitch muscle fibers designed for endurance, not speed, not power, long duration stability, resistance to fatigue, precise ankle and knee alignment. It's tied directly to your balance control system. Most people over 60 have a dormant soleus, not weak, not gone, just forgotten.
I thought about that while I was doing it. That moment when you put on a sock and you're balancing on one foot, or stepping off a curb, or reaching for something and feeling the floor shift slightly underneath you. Those aren't big moments, but they're the moments where falling happens.
Those micro moments, your body making hundreds of tiny adjustments that you never consciously control. That's the soleus working or not working. This movement reminds your nervous system it's still there, still capable, still able to hold you steady when it matters most. You don't need more strength, you need smarter strength, and that is precisely what this builds.
I've been doing all three together now for 3 weeks. Seated raise, standing raise, bent knee, single leg. Less than 15 minutes total. And the heaviness in my legs, it's mostly gone. That morning wobble when I stand up, gone. I walked up a hill last week and thought, when did this get easier?
The 3 movements work in sequence for a reason. The first reactivates the pump, while you're seated and protected. No balance demands, just circulation and muscle memory. The second takes that same activation into standing, adding gravity, weight, and neurological demand. The third isolates the deepest stabilizer and trains it to work when you're most vulnerable, on one leg, in real-life balance conditions. Each movement builds on the last. Together, they create something neither can achieve alone: a fully engaged second heart, a reactivated balance system, a body that knows how to support itself from the ground up.
I spent 30 years walking past this, never knowing it was there, waiting.
Before anyone begins these movements, a few important things.
If you have joint pain, balance problems, past injuries, or you haven't moved much in months, you're not behind. Everyone starts somewhere, and starting is what matters.
Always begin near a wall, countertop, or sturdy chair for support. Start with the seated version only if you have any balance concerns. Don't rush to the single leg raise. If you experience sharp pain in the calf, especially sudden, deep pain, stop immediately and consult your doctor. And if you have a history of blood clots, severe varicose veins, or recent lower leg surgery, please speak with your physician before starting.
Pain is not progress. Consistency is. 2 minutes, done daily with intention, is worth more than an hour done once and abandoned. That's not a fitness principle. It's just how bodies work. What you just learned today isn't a workout. It's not a trend. It's not anti-aging theater. It's a conversation with a part of your body that has been quietly waiting to be asked back in.
The soleus doesn't care about age, it cares about being used. When you activate it consistently, the changes are measurable. Circulation improves, swelling reduces, balance sharpens. The research is clear on this. The biology is clear on this. What was missing was someone simply telling you.
I think about the version of me from 6 months ago, coming home from that morning walk, dragging, frustrated, thinking the answer was to walk longer, push harder, accept more. But the answer was quieter than that. It was already inside me. 3 movements: a chair, a countertop, and the willingness to start.
You can start with just the seated raise today. That alone is enough for day one, because the goal isn't perfection. The goal is reactivation, waking up the systems that were never lost, just waiting to be remembered.
If you tried any of these movements today, drop "second heart activated" in the comments, because aging isn't something we endure alone. And it was never something we were supposed to figure out in silence. Start with 1 movement, 1 minute, 1 choice, and let that be enough for today.